Feeling like Salt Bay up in this thing. Put a little season in your life by watching my stream. Put a little seasoning on you. Put a little seasoning on you. I see Offset do that when he was interviewing with that white girl. He told her she needs some seasoning. He did like this. I was bugging. I said that nigga a fool. He told her she was dry. I think that's what he said. Told her she was dry and she needed some seasoning. He went like this. Y'all need some seasoning in your life. Let me season up your life, child. Ooh, so that's what we doing. Oh! I'm eating a bag of grapes. And I'm listening to my Bible audio. The Sefer Bible, okay? Not that fake King James version. Not that manipulated King James version. With the lies in it. The Sefer got the real name of the real Son of God, Yahusha. Got the real name of the real God, Yahuwah. And no, it's not a sin to drink. So don't nobody come on here minding my business. It is not a sin to drink. There's plenty of times in the scripture where God was okay with folk drinking. Okay? He just said don't have too much strong drink or too much wine. Okay? And people who were on the throne, like kings and queens, they were encouraged not to drink at all. I am a queen, but in spirit, not in the physical realm. You feel me? I'm a queen in spirit. I ain't got to get up every day and rule a nation, so I can drink. Even when God let them go into the land flowing with milk and honey, when they paid their tithe, it's not even that whole thing about paying tithes. That's a lie, because they never had to pay no money for no tithes. That's a lie from the pit of hell. If you go actually read it in the Sefer Bible, tithes is like having a feast in the presence of God, with a portion of your blessings and just like praising God, thanking God. And then it's also basically given to the homeless, given to the needy, given to the people that don't have like you have. That's what tithes was. Tithes was never about paying a percentage of your income to a pastor. That's a lie from the pit of hell. Only thing it said in there about tithes and a pastor was, it said that you could take your tithes in front of the priest and give your blessing, your thanks in front of the priest. It didn't say give it to the priest. There's many sections in Deuteronomy about tithes, but when you go and read all of them, overall what it's saying is tithes is a way to celebrate. And even what I'm trying to say is, when they were doing the tithes feast, that's really what it is. It's a feast and celebration, praising the goodness of Yahuwah, praising the goodness that you get to be blessed with every day. So it's basically like, well, and then they were supposed to do it every 3 years, I think it was. They're supposed to set aside a portion of their goods every year, right? And then every 3 years, that's when they would have this big feast. And you would take some of it in front of the priest, bless it, and then you go basically have this big feast with your family, everybody in your household, and then you would also allow people in the community to come and join because they don't serve our God, so they don't have no inheritance. But you would still allow them to come and eat and feast. And even in the tithe section, God said that they could get wine and strong drink. Yup. Y'all been lied to. Y'all been lied to. So God ain't got no problem with folks drinking. You know. But somebody being an alcoholic, now that's a whole different situation. You feel me? And I don't like that shit enough to be no alcoholic. I don't. That shit's nasty. For real, for real. That's why I always really historically like wine. Oh my goodness. Yeah, historically like wine. Cause I don't like no strong alcohol. It ain't got no flavor. I don't know why I took them shots. I know why I took them shots last night. But I've never been a person who's like drank alcohol like when I'm chilling by myself. That's nasty. And I ain't even started drinking for real till I was 21. And that was only when I went out to the club or something. Because it's nasty. I drank one time when I was 18, trying to run up behind my big sister. Trying to do what she do. Got drunk as a skunk. Because I didn't know what the hell I was doing at a kickback. Drank way too much. Got drunker than the fool. Woke up the next day. I threw up on my favorite carpet. My favorite pink carpet. I was mad. My mama had to throw it away. This was before I moved out when I was 18. I was mad. And I said, oh, hell no. I said, I'm never doing this shit again. And I didn't. I never in my life got that drunk again. But I didn't even take another sip of drink until I was 21. And the only reason I had did it then, I just wanted to be able to go to the bar and use my ID. I just felt like I was doing something. So I couldn't wait to go buy some mixed drinks at the bar just because I could do it. But I ain't never been one of them. Buy no shots. No, give me some juice. Give me some juice. Mix it up, cocktail it, all of that. And then when I got older, and I stopped going to the club on the regular. I would still go to bars every now and then with my friends, but when I got older and I stopped going to the club on the regular, I started drinking wine at the house, after work sometimes. Cause my friends, they still like liquor. So when I go out, they still want to drink liquor and shit. That's why I don't like taking shots. But in the spirit of partiness, in the party spirit, I'm a party. Okay? We like to party. Um, um. We like to party. Hey. And I ain't been doing nothing. I ain't had no drink in over a month. About a month and a half. Last time I had a drink. I've been celibate and sober. I've been celibate for going on 3 months. And I've been sober for going on 2 months. So I had me a good old time last night. I had a time last night. I had a time last night. We had a time last night. We like to party. Mm. Let me slow down. Let me slow down on these grapes. Because I don't even know how if my stomach going to be able to take all this. I feel like going back to sleep. One thing I got to do today is record my podcast. But I already got my notes ready. And I already went through my notes 2 times. Out loud, I mean. I went through it several times to prepare my notes. But I did a practice run 2 times. And it's straight. So all I got to do is make time to record it. But I probably won't do that till later on. Do you feel me? That's this song. Oh my God. When that song come out, bro. When that song come out. When that song come out. When that song come out. But I don't know when. It's a love song that came to me while I was asleep one time. And I love it so much. And I've been singing it. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to perform that song to the fullest without being in love with somebody. I'm not in love with nobody. I'm not in love with anybody. So, I don't know who I would sing that about. And it was a celebrity influencer, quote unquote, in the dream when I had it, but I was singing a song, but I wasn't singing to him directly. He was more so providing moral support. Like it was a group of people, and I was singing, and he was one of them. And it was weird because I don't even keep up with him. I just know of him in the spaces he be in. But I don't even have no celebrity crush. That's the thing too. Like I have zero celebrity crushes. Zero. Settle. Zero. Yeah, I ain't got no celebrity crush. In the past, I would have said Drake. Hell no. Not no more. Mm-mm. But, mm, honestly, Drake was my celebrity crush for so long. He was my no. You know what? You know who my first crush was. Let me stop lying. Hold on. My first celebrity crush was Lil Romeo, Masterpiece son. But he married now, I think. Well, I don't know if he was the first or second. It was between him and Chris Brown. I just don't remember who came out first. Maybe it was Chris Brown. Cause Chris came out when I was 12. When did Lil Romeo come out? What year? Let me see. Hey Siri. Oh, I hope it don't get this far. Let me see. Now I'm curious. When did I'm gonna say who came out first? Who debuted first? Chris Brown or I feel like listening to that first Chris Brown album. That's what I do. Hold on. Let me get my Bible in first. I love that first Chris Brown album, Lil Romeo. Hey, who debuted first? Cause I was a radio baby. You feel me? Um, I was a radio baby, so anybody that was played on the radio, I used to sit by my radio, and I used to listen to everything that came on the radio. That's why I'm a music. That's why I make music now. Like that was my escape. Music was my escape. I would sit by the this nigga still snapping me. I would sit by the radio literally when I was at home. And and then I even got me a what you call 'em? I got me a what you call 'em? You know the why are they talking about Chris Brown was diagnosed with bipolar disorder? I didn't know that. Cause then people be fucking with him. Leave him alone. What the hell was I finna? What was I saying? I don't know. Oh yeah, so I had the radio. Then I got me a CD player. Okay, and one of my first albums that I bought was Chris Brown, the Chris Brown album. Then and I had Chris Brown and I had Sasha. No, not Sasha Fierce. It wasn't Sasha Fierce. B-Day. I had the Chris Brown album and I had the B-Day album. Those were like the first two albums that I purchased with my own money to play in my CD player. Okay, so they said Lil Romeo came out in 2001. How old was I in 2001? Shit, I don't know. And they said Chris Brown came out in 2005. But see, they talking about. I think they talking about when the album came out though. Cause back then they would have singles before the album dropped. Let me go ask. Let me ask AI. Why are they not asking AI? Where is AI? Cause AI will go and do the research for me. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, my first crush. Um, who I thank God. I thank God. I really thank God that my son is into anime and video games. Ooh, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. My son is into anime and video games and not guns and drugs. Praise him. Praise him. Praise him. Okay. I'm about to ask AI. Hold on. Who came out first? Because Google playing with me. AI can go and get the tea for real, for real. Okay. Alright, let's see. Who came out first? But I can't even say it was like, okay, Lil Romeo was definitely a crush for real. Lil Romeo debuted first. His self-titled debut album was released July 3rd, 2001. Chris Brown's uh, title debut album was released in 2005. If I was born in 1992, how old was I when their albums dropped? I was born on October 24th, 1992 to be exact. Because I think I was 12 when Chris Brown came out. I remember that. Okay. Yeah. So let's say I was 8 when Lil Romeo came out, and I was 13 when Chris Brown's album came out. But I know he was out before his album dropped. So okay. So Lil Romeo came out first. But let me just say, although Lil Romeo came out first, that was really, really some puppy love. You feel me? Like I think he even had a song called Puppy Love. I was crushing on Lil Romeo first because I was a young girl into music. My sister loved Lil Bow Wow, so we used to argue. Um, Rest in peace to my sister, but she was crazy over Bow Wow, and I was crazy over Romeo. And so we used to. I like Bow Wow as an artist because he was just dope, but I didn't have a crush on Bow Wow when I was a kid. My sister did. So we used to kind of like go at it like, oh, Romeo's better. I used to be like, Romeo better. My sister would be like, no, Bow Wow's better. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And then of course we had the B2K. I used to crush on Lil Fizz. I love me some Lil Fizz. From the you could tell me he want the cutest thing, honey. From B2K. Um, and it's crazy now. He be on TikTok, but now that I'm grown, I'm not interested. Anyway, Yeah, I used to crush on Lil Romeo. I used to love Lil Fizz from B2K. My sister used to love J Boog from B2K. J Boogie, whatever his name is. She loved him from B2K. I love Lil Fizz. Um, but when Chris Brown came out, I don't even know who came out first, B2K or Chris Brown. But all I do know, let me tell you, let me tell you, this is why I know Chris Brown slander is allowed. When Chris Brown came out, anybody I had a crush on, it was over for them. It was over, over. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Over and over. Yeah, it was over. It was over. It was a strong over because Chris Brown just had me so I was just so inspired by him, like, and I think maybe I connected with Chris Brown because he from where I'm from. Maybe that's why I connected with him a lot because Chris from Virginia too. Chris is from Tappahannock, Virginia. I'm a country boy from Tappahannock. VA is where I reside, so shawty understand it. And I just turned 18 and I get a little managed. But you see this bandana hanging on me, it's like a bandit, like a bandit. I got baby girl, the Lamborghini with the spider sense. You never seen it, so get it shawty. We poppin' like pimpin' in my dome. And I know what she want. Love it down. And kiss. Okay, let me stop. So yeah, Chris Brown from where I'm from. He from a few hours from where I'm from, to be exact, probably. Let me see. Let me ask AI. How far is Chris Brown's hometown from Danville, Virginia? Come on here. So yeah, he was from Virginia. Country, he said he was a country boy. I'm a country girl, okay? 4 hours. So yeah, Chris Brown's only 4 hours from where I was from. From where I'm from. Chris Brown's only 4 hours, so that hit, he was he was from down the street, and so I think it hit different for me because I knew at a young age I wanted to do music. I knew by the time I was like 10, 11, I wanted to do music, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, he from down the street. If he could do it, I could do it. You feel me? And so I used to always say, I want to be able to sing and dance like Chris Brown. That was actually a goal of mine. I wanted to be able to sing and dance like Chris Brown. And I used to get in front of the TV and try to do his dances, child. I sure did. And I did that Kiss Kiss video. Man, listen, I used to rewind that thing so many times. Try to get that dance. Rolling on the floor. Rolling on the floor. Trying to do that dance. I just loved it. I loved everything about Chris. Like, I still love Chris. It's very hard for me to see the things that he's going through. I don't keep up with him like I used to because um, it's very hard for me to see Chris go through some of the things that he go through. Very, very hard for me, and I think it's just been easier for me to disconnect than to kind of watch some of those things play out in his life and just remember him as I hate to say it like he's dead. He's definitely very much alive, but just to remember him as the Chris Brown from the first album, which I'm about to add to my Spotify, because it's a new Spotify account, by the way. I only been using it for like a month, because I've been on YouTube Music for a while, so I haven't even been using uh, Spotify. But yeah, I just been trying to see him as still see him as that Chris from the first and second album. Cause I had no, it wasn't his first album that I had bought. No, I did. Yeah, I bought the first and the second one. Cause that Chris Brown and the exclusive. Yeah, I used to play them things back to back, back to back. Ooh, lottery. Ooh, hold on, that's taking me back. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, my whole point is I don't have no celebrity crushes, but I was telling y'all my first few crushes. Before I started crushing on Drake, Chris Brown was probably my biggest crush. Like I said, Lil Romeo, crushed on him for a little bit when I was young. Crushed on Lil Fizz from B2K. But I was in love with Chris Brown. You hear me? You couldn't tell me. And it wasn't even like an obsession. It was more like I just admired him so much. You know what I'm saying? Because I always wanted to do music, and to see somebody from where I'm from, literally 4 hours away from where I'm from, be able to do it on a grand level like he did. It was just so inspiring. So I just loved everything about him. And then I loved his first two albums. They were just so pure hearted for the most part. Like, and I still love those albums to this day. I just love those albums. The songs were so damn good. Like, mm 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 mm. I love me some Chris Brown. Then when Drake came along, then I used to say Drake was gonna be my husband with my chest. I used to say that with my chest. I used to be like, "This is my husband." I used to literally tell people that Drake was my husband. My sister used to always laugh at me. She would look at me like, "Be for real." But I was dead serious. You cannot tell me that Drake won't gonna be my husband. I promise you. I promise you. Drake was my husband. In my mind, that man was my husband. Sure was. And and I think that's because first of all I liked how soft he was, and then two, like, from my experiences, mixed men were just always so good to me. When I dated mixed men, they were always just so good to me. Like, they were so freaking nice to me, like so loving, so affectionate to me. Except for one, I had this crazy one, but I only dated him because he looked like Drake anyway. So I think that's why he was mad, because he knew that I didn't really. He knew that he was my off-brand Drake. He knew it. He knew it, and I think it made him mad. But we cool though today. We cool. He followed my Facebook page. We cool. Um, but yeah, when Drake came out, it was just so easy for me to accept him, because, like I said, my experiences with mixed men were just good, more so good, before I got with the crazy one. And then so I always felt more loved and more valued and more appreciated by mixed men than men who were 100% African American. I don't know why, but I definitely noticed a difference in how they treated me. So when Drake came out, he already had in my mind, I had already associated mixed men with the type of man that would treat me a certain way. You feel me? So when Drake came out talking about you the best I ever had, I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. And then I think around that time, that's when, oh yeah, and then when Chris Brown got with Rihanna, that broke my heart. That sent me. So it was easy for me to, move on to Drake, because when I tell you when I was big mad, I was big mad when Chris Brown started popping out in these streets with a girlfriend. I was big mad. Big mad, bruh. I was big mad. Like, I took that personal. And I know it sounds crazy, but y'all gotta understand that's how much I used to listen to the radio and be tapped into the music scene and music videos and all that. It, in my mind, I had a real relationship with with some of these people. Like, power of the mind is real. So, and that was a TV era. We didn't have, well, I mean, I think YouTube was coming up, but I never used YouTube like I do now back then. I was a radio baby. I used to listen to the radio, play my video game, mind my business most of the time when I was at my mama's house. But when I was at my granny house, I used to play outside, ride bikes, wrestle, play basketball. I was a real tomboy. So yeah, but when I was at home, I listened to music, play my video game. I mean, I played games in my nana house too, but she lived in the country, so we really spent a lot of time outside, doing a whole lot of stuff outside. And I think that's why I'm the way I am now, because I always loved being outside. But anyway, I took that Chris Brown and Rihanna thing personal, boy. So when Drake came along, it was easy for me to be like, all right, fuck that nigga. You gonna get a girlfriend on me? You gonna get a girlfriend on me, nigga? I was mad at Chris Brown. I was hot. Girl, you hot like fire. Coldest thing moving. Heat up like summer. Girl, you know what you're doing. You're like 28 on a Hummer. Cause you don't know what's stunner. You got it. Girl, that's it, baby girl. You in the club and still in the temper. You can be my mister. I can be your mister. Give me I'll give you a kiss for every time you make me smile. I'll give you 1,000 if you take a little while. Oh God, and just get stronger. You need to do what you do. Girl, you hot like fire. Coldest thing moving. Heat up like summer. Oh, girl, if you don't know that song, you ain't no day one of Chris Brown. You ain't no day one of Chris Brown if you don't know that song. You're like 28 on a Hummer. You're the number one star. You got it. Yeah. Anyway, back to my story, what I was saying. So yeah, I broke up with Chris Brown because he started going with Rihanna. Then Drake came along. It was easy for me to accept Drake because I had already associated mix men in my mind with men who would do right by me. Because in real life, that's what I was experiencing. Mixed men, they loved me, they treated me very well. So I started calling Drake my husband, believe it or not. I did. Strongly, with my chest. Every time I heard his song, I was like, that's my husband. That's my husband. Your husband. That's my husband. Like, for real. And people used to laugh at me. But anyway, um, see, I used to call Drake my husband. And then ever since, for real, ever since Drake hit the scene, whenever he came out, I haven't really had a celebrity crush other than Drake. That's a long ass time too, ain't it? When did Drake come out? Let me make sure I'm not lying. Hold on, let me think. Hmm. Up until recently, of course, when I stopped liking Drake recently, I was crushing on a singer slash YouTuber, but this was like this year. This is really really recent when I've been pulling myself away from Drake. But I'm just saying, it's from the time that Drake came out to recently, I feel like my attachment to Drake has been crumbling within the past year, for sure. And I tried to hold on to it, but it's just like now, being a person I am, when you see certain stuff now, I'm wiser now, and it's just some stuff that I see that I'm just like, it makes it hard for me to still like Drake. Some of the stuff he do, it makes it really really hard for me to still like him. And I just kind of got to a point where I'm like, you know what, I'm good. Like and I could be wrong. My assessments could be wrong, but just based off of some of the things he's done and said, it just comes off like. Well, I don't even want to get into why I've detached myself, because that's deep on so many levels. And it had and I can't really say it was just because of Kendrick, because I mean I've been emailing OVO in the past year, trying to give Drake advice and trying to show support and saying, hey, he should try this, he should try that. Um, Emailing 40 at OVO. Even when he came out with the What Did I Miss record, I was happy for him, because I'm like, okay, I think that was a great record to flip the narrative of what happened, and I thought that was just a great um what I'm trying to say, rebound record. And from what I hear, he's dropped a lot of music since the Not Like Us. But like I said, I don't seek out music from Drake no more. I don't even listen to Drake no more. So I didn't know about none of the other stuff. But when the What Did I Miss record, I did listen to that, and I was like, that is okay. That was smart. That was smart. That was smart, because I felt like it was a storytelling record that brought people into his frame of mind, and it wasn't just some cocky record. I think the in the the melody and stuff on it. I think it was a great storytelling record. So I even emailed them when I heard that. But as far as like having a crush on Drake, uh, no, that stopped. That's been crumbling. That's been crumbling. Oh, I feel like the crush on Drake has been crumbling for the past year or two. Because some of the stuff that Kendrick talked about, I've seen it, but I don't think my heart was ready to like focus in on it. And when Kendrick brought some stuff to the forefront about Drake, it just makes it really really hard to like be like, okay, well I already seen some shit that aligns with that. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the, like that's the thing. Like I don't think they realize how for people who've been paying attention, some of the stuff that Kendrick said in his diss records, there was already things that could appear to be evidence, you know, with some of the for some of the stuff that he said. Anyway, my whole point is celebrity crushes. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to make sure I'm not lying. Drake came out. Best I Ever Had. That mixtape came out in 2009. I'm trying to see. Did I have I don't like. I'm dead ass serious. 2009. Have I had any other celebrity crush besides Drake since 2009? No. That's so crazy, and then I think I never thought about that before. I never thought about that before. Bro, that's over 10 years. Wow. But I told you I kept saying he was my husband, so to me it was really more than a crush. To me, that man was really gonna be my husband, and he was already my husband. And any dude I ever dated was just a placeholder. All the other men are practice. They were practice for him, for him. See, that's how crazy this is. In my mind, any man that I dated was really practice. So then when I got with Drake, I'd be highly experienced, like he is. Maybe that's why none of my relationships ever worked out. Because I'd be quick to get rid of a nigga. Unless the sex was amazing. If the sex was amazing, I'd double back. And I wouldn't feel shame about it. Still won't. Okay? If I want to double back, I will. Okay, I'm trying to see how long. 16 years. If I so it's saying if I had a crush on Drake since 2009 and it's 2025. But I don't know. Have I been? I can't say I've been crushing on him this year. Maybe I was. Like I said, it's been dwindling in the past year. Um, I always found him physically attractive. I always found him physically attractive, but I'm not gonna credit this year. I'm not gonna credit this year because this year it's like I said, I really haven't been feeling Drake at all this year. Like as far as like anything romantically, mm-mm. Cause he don't. It's like he don't even know what love is. Like I read some of the lyrics. I didn't even listen to the new sexy for you sexy songs for you shit because I read some of the lyrics to the damn songs and that shit is not sexy. Ain't a motherfucking thing sexy about them lyrics. Not a motherfucking thing. Too sexy to who? Some damn teenagers? That's what it gives to me. Like that shit ain't sexy. Like nigga, what is you talking about? And because I'm a real R&B head, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm a real R&B head, I don't like to listen to dudes talking to women a certain way in songs. And because I'm a real R&B head, I know what it's like to talk about love. And those songs were just not romantic. Or from the lyrics I read, it just wasn't giving romantic. That's where I'm at now. I don't even be listening to folk stuff all willy-nilly no more. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go and read the lyrics first. Cause you ain't finna poison my ears. Cause see, that's how they get you these days. They spend so much time on the production, and the production could be amazing, but the lyrics is shitty. And then that's why you got so many people who they love listening to songs with these shitty ass, toxic ass lyrics. They don't understand how words shape their world. So they listen because sonically it sounds good, but if the lyrics is trash, no. But anyway, I don't listen to Drake no more. I did listen to it with it I Miss record because I was curious and I wanted to hear what it sounded like. I read the lyrics and I was like, okay, this is kind of giving storytelling. I read the lyrics and I went and I listened to the song. I was like, okay, I like this. I like how he did this song to flip the narrative. I didn't really care for the video. I thought the video with him standing with all those guns is corny. But anyway, my point is talking about my celebrity crushes. I am just now realizing I have not had no other celebrity crush other than Aubrey Graham since 2009. And I'm not going to count this year, so I'm going to say it up until last year. That's 15 years. 15 years crushing on the same celebrity. Cause I say celebrity loosely because them motherfuckers is human just like us. Okay. Highly flawed. But 15 years crushing on the same dude. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I never realized this shit. Like for so long, nobody came above Drake to me. Like nobody. Nobody. And it wasn't even like about being a super fan because I'll be honest with you, I've been crushing on him. I'll give it a good 15 years. But I stopped listening to Drake many, many years ago. I stopped listening to his music many, many years ago, but I was still crushing on him. The last Drake album I really listened to, for real, all the way through, was Nothing Was the Same. Didn't it come out after Take Care? Yeah, they came out after Take Care. Yeah, Nothing Was the Same. I tried. No, I did listen to that record with him and Future. That album with him and Future, I liked it. I did listen to that all the way through. That was in 2015. All right, yeah. So yeah, I listened to Take Care. I did not listen to the Thank Me Later all the way through. I think that was like I was just listening to the singles. Take Care, I listened to that all the way through. Nothing Was the Same. I listened to that all the way through. That's my favorite Drake project. And then the only other Drake project I listened to all the way through was What a Time to Be Alive. So only three. I've only listened to only three of his projects from front to back. The whole time he's been out. So when I say I've been crushing on him for 15 years, it's never really been about being a super fan, right? It's more so I always admired who I believed him to be as a man, his character. I just always thought that he was a man of good character. And then his work ethic that was just very attractive to me. Like, that nigga go to work. That nigga clock in. Okay? All the tours he's done, all the videos he's done, all the albums he's done. Even though I don't like the misogynistic, that's why I start. I just don't like the misogynistic subject matter that he's been putting out. I don't like that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear no man talk about women in a certain way. Like, it's one thing if I'm out at a club, whatever. I'm not the damn DJ, but when I'm at home in my personal time, I'm not finna listen to no damn music of no fucking man calling women bitches and and well, I'm not now. When I was younger, I used to listen to trap music. Okay, that's why I was listening. That's why I listened to that album with him and Future. I liked it, but on romantically, like I just never felt like his love songs gave romantic. That's what I'm trying to say. So I would rather listen to Drake talk his shit than him being salty on the record about a woman. That just never was appealing to me. Like, so yeah, it was never. I've never been a super fan per se, but I have been a super admirer of his character or what I thought was his character. Um, so that's why I've been crushing on Drake for so long because I don't know, I guess God blessed me with discernment, like looking at like there's never been any other rapper that I would look at and be like, oh, I think he'd make a great husband. And mind you, I'm being honest about the fact that I was, blinded when it came to Drake. That's why I say I don't feel like this now. I don't call him my husband no more. I'm not crushed. I don't have any celebrity crush at all now. At zero, zilch. Like I'm just the whole celebrity idea is just dead to me. Like it's just like I've matured past that. I'm a celebrity. Okay, I'm more celebrity than them in my mind now, cause it's like them motherfuckers is boring. Like, so I don't look at celebrities the same no more, if that makes sense. But but yeah, so I realized I crushed on Drake for 15 years, but again, it wasn't about being a super fan because I haven't been keeping up with him like a fan do. You know what I'm saying? You know how fans and stands they're keeping up with every post on social media. They're watching every music video. They're listening to every new song. I ain't been doing that shit with that nigga. Hell no. Hell no. Because I can like him without liking his product. I just admired him as a businessman. You feel me? I admired the way he got his shit taken care of, the way he got his shit done. Um, the way he manifested his success. Like that was admirable to me. Um, Even still, his work ethic is still admirable to me. And as a music artist, I would love to be able to learn from somebody with work ethic like that. But anyway, I'm tired of talking about that. Yeah, my crush on Drake went strong for a good 15 years. For a good 15, I can say 15 solid years, because I'm not really going to include this year. I'm not going to include this year, but I can definitely give it a good solid 15 years that I crushed on Drake. So, yeah, there ain't been nobody. I never even thought about that. It hasn't been nobody in the industry that I like wanted other than Drake. Ever since I started crushing on Drake after I broke up with Chris Brown. I broke up with Chris Brown, and I broke up with Chris Brown because he started going with Rihanna. And I was like, all right, well, fine. Yeah, 15 years. I've been calling Drake my husband. Comparing any man see that, and that's why I said, comparing any man I ever dealt with to him, no man measured up to Drake in my eyes. No man. But thank God I've been delivered. I've been delivered. That goes back to what I was saying. The dude. Let me finish telling that. The dude that the dude that I dated because he looked like Drake. Po child. He looked like the dude. So I hope he don't ever see this. I hope he don't ever see this. But he already knew it though. So when Drake came out, I remember when Nothing Was the Same came out, I was dating this dude. I'm gonna be honest with you, because he looked like Drake. That was my off-brand Drake. He was mixed. He had a white mama and a black daddy like Drake. He had his hair just like Drake had his hair at the time. When Drake had that had his hair cut short, but he still was rocking it. It was curly. From that Nothing Was the Same era. When he had he had his hair cut short, and the curls was popping. Or it was wavy or curly. The pictures of him walking around like that. And so the dude that I was dating, he was looking just like him. Like, he was mixed. He had a white mom, black dad. He had his hair just like Drake. The face structure, similar. I'm not gonna say they look exactly like twinsies, no. But the face structure, it wasn't too far off. The face structure was similar enough to where I could, in my mind, imagine that I was with Drake when I was with him. So this is so sick. But I'm just telling the truth. So anyway, and I think he knew that. I think he knew that, which is why he made my life a literal hell. Cause like I said, any other time I was entertaining a mixed dude before him, it was, you know, not tied to Drake. It was genuine. It was not because, oh, he looked like this person looked like Drake. It was, no, they pursued me, and I was like, and I just noticed how mixed guys just treat me so good. So I was like, okay, but no, this one, this one, no. He he was my off-brand Drake, 100%. My off-brand Drake. That was it. That was it. That was it. That's what I wanted to date him for. I wanted my own Drake. I was like, well, I can't have the real Drake, so I'ma settle for this. And it was that relationship turned out to be a hot mess, child. Mm-mm. So let that be a lesson to y'all. Do not date somebody because they look like your celebrity crush, because that is not fair to that person, and it is not going to be a fruitful relationship. It is not. Mm-mm. But me and him, we cool now. We cool now. We cool now. So like I said, we connected on Facebook. We cool. He doing his thing with his children, and I'm doing my thing, minding my business. But yeah, I really legit had a whole crush on Drake for 15 years. Yeah, it was never anybody else in the music industry or even an actor that I even like had a crush on other than Drake. And once I started crushing on Drake, it was over for everybody else. I ain't even ever looked back at Chris Brown in that type of way, because I was like, I don't know, I was just so in love with Drake, just like who he was. And every time he had every time I seen him in something, he always had a likable character. And I think that's what kept me attached to Drake, because it was just like always just hard to be like, no, I don't like him. You know what I'm saying? Like it just, and it always seemed genuine. It did always seem genuine. So when I would see him in interviews and stuff like that, his character just always shined bright for me. It was never about him being the hottest rapper, because I was more, when we're talking about rapping, I wouldn't say as a music artist I was inspired by Drake when it comes to rapping. When it comes to being a music artist as a whole, yes, I was definitely inspired, and I admired his career and how his work ethic. But as somebody who writes, I was never saying, oh, I want to be able to rap like Drake. You feel me? No. But, I could look at his career and be like, all right, bet, like, that's something I want to be able to do. I want to be able to tour like that. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to, have an impact like that, So, I'll say the rapper that inspired me the most when it just comes to rapping in general was Lil Wayne. But yeah, that's my story about my I don't have my celebrity crush journey. Interesting, huh? Interesting. So I started out with Lil Romeo, then it was Chris Brown. No, it was Lil Romeo, then it was Lil Fizz from B2K. Then it was Chris Brown. And then it was Drake, and it's been Drake for the past 15 years, bruh. But as of today, I don't have no celebrity crush. I don't even look at the people who people consider celebrities. I don't even look at them like nothing no more. I'm wiser now. I just see things through different lenses. Shit, I'm more celebrity than them if you ask me. I got real star power. A lot of these people, these celebrities, these motherfuckers, they just give boring ass energy in real life. Like, just boring. Like, just no personality. Like, they just seem like they just scroll on their phones and do drugs every day, all day when they not working. They just dry. They just boring. Or very vain. They're full of vanity. Full of vanity. They can't even have a conversation without bragging about some shit they got. Like, shut the fuck up. Don't nobody give a fuck about what you got. Or how much money. Like, that's how you know that some people just don't do shit. Just literally. You could tell by what people talk about whether or not they have a fucking life. Like, I don't like to be around people who just always talk about buying shit, owning shit. Like, shut the fuck up. That shit's annoying to me. What somebody else then bought. Like, shut the fuck up. I don't like vain people. I don't. And maybe because I used to be a tomboy when I was a kid. I don't know. Because I never gave a fuck about dressing up and shit. I never been a twirler. I don't like to twirl for motherfuckers. When I dress up, it's because I want to. I almost fell into it some when I was in my 20s. But at that, I'm not finna be twirling for motherfuckers. No, I don't give a fuck. You know what I like? I like to be comfortable. And I guess that's the country girl in me, because we used to ride bikes. We used to be outside. We used to play basketball. We used to wrestle. Like the people, we used to watch WWE. And The Rock was my favorite wrestler. And then I used to wrestle with my cousins. We used to fight. And, I was a tomboy. We had fun. So I want the type of girl that just sitting around looking cute. That's just never been me. I always like to do shit. We used to play video games, play 007, which I know about the gold gun. Nothing. We play video games. And we used to watch movies. We play outside, play video games, watch movies. That was my childhood. When I was at my nana house. Now, when I was at home, I ain't do shit but listen to music and play my video game because I hated being at home. But when I was at my nana house in the country, they had a garden. We used to pick the food from the garden. So I got to live like a real country girl, and that's why I just don't give a fuck. I'm about twirling for motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck. And the girls who just spend all their energy trying to look so cute all the time, they're fucking boring, yo. They're fucking boring. Fucking boring. That's why I don't have no female friends like that. Cause I can't. Shut the I can't. I can't. I got one good female friend right now. And it's cause she's not like that. She's not one of those girls who just sit around thinking about how they look all the fucking time, thinking about shopping all the time. Like, I cannot stand women like that. I just can't. Because that shit'll get on my nerves. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear about that shit. Like, how much shopping can a person do? How much shopping do a person need to do? God damn. Like, I like to really live and enjoy life. Watch a movie. Cook. Go for a walk. Go swimming. Read a book. Listen to a podcast. Listen to an audiobook. Work out. Like, I like to live. My life has never been and will never be surrounded by shopping and looking cutesy all the time. Girls like that have no personality and they're boring. 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 I'm starting to feel better now, though. I'm starting to feel much better. Much better. Because I was struggling when I first woke up today. But anyway, I'm about to end this stream. And then I'm going to come back real quick. Because I'm going to want to save this as a video. To probably post on my YouTube channel. And it'll help me not have to clip it. All right, I'll be back.